Good morning, students. This is the fourth video of your chapter Basic Concepts of Economics. In the last video, we had discussed about utility, total utility, marginal utility, and the law of diminishing marginal utility. Today, we are going to deal with the topic of production. What do you mean by production? In a layman language, production means converting the raw material into finished products. Suppose there is raw cotton from the field. When out of that raw cotton you make a cotton shirt, that is called the process of production. So, it is basically the act of making goods and services, or production is converting the raw material into finished product. Production is also termed as the process that creates utility in the goods, or in other words, it is the process that makes the goods usable. Okay. Now, there are four kinds of utility that is related to production: form utility, place utility, time utility, and service utility. One by one, we shall discuss them all. Form utility is changing the form of a product. So when we say that we change the raw material into finished product, we are giving it form utility. The raw cotton from field, when it is made and converted into a shirt, cotton shirt, then we are giving it form utility. Coming on to place utility, mangoes are grown in Nagpur, but they are eaten across the country. Okay, so mangoes that are manufactured or grown in Nagpur is taken through transportation to the other parts of the world, of the country. In the same manner, tea that is grown in Assam is distributed all over the country. How? Okay, the reason being that trucks or various transportation carry the goods from one place to another. So, place utility is given by transportation. Coming to the time utility, there is a time lag between the production of a good and the consumption of a good. जब good produce होता है and जब goods consume होता है, उनके बीच में एक time gap रहता है. And that time gap is fulfilled by time utility. That is warehousing. Okay. The wheat is produced in a particular season, but wheat is consumed whole year. The wheat is produced in a particular season, but it is consumed the whole year. How? We store the goods in the godown. We store the wheat in the godown, and this is how we create time utility. The time utility is created by warehousing, godowns, where the goods are kept until they are used. Coming to the service utility. Service utility is the service given by doctors, teachers. Okay, what is meant by service? Service is something that cannot be touched. It can only be felt. Okay, service is not like a product. It cannot be touched. It can only be felt. Like the teaching we are providing, like the service that a doctor provides, that is called the service utility. The last concept for today is, who is a producer? Very simple concept. Anyone who helps us to make goods or services is called producer. So, a farmer is a producer because he is producing the crops. The worker working in a factory is helping in production, so he is a producer. A farmer growing crops is an example of producer. A worker working in a factory, he is helping in the production process, so he again is a producer. This is a new topic, factors of production. What do you mean by factors of production? Any resource that helps in the process of production is called the factors of production. When we say What is factor of production? Any kind of resource that helps in the production of process of production is called factors of production. Okay, there are basically 4 factors of production: land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. Land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. We'll discuss them in detail. Land. Land is the free gift of nature, such as land, forest, okay, commonly known as natural resources. Labor involves the physical and mental efforts involved in the process of production. So, what is meant by labor? Labor is not just physical effort. A farmer working in a field is a labor. But a person working in a factory is also a labor. A manager working in a firm is also a labor. So, labor is just not physical efforts that a farmer do, but it is also mental efforts that is done by managers or businessmen. Okay. So, human efforts, both physical and mental efforts involved in the process of production is called labor. Coming to capital. Capital consists of machinery, tools, equipment, buildings used for process of production. Whatever machine, building, tool, equipment are used for the process of production is called capital. The example of capitals are any kind of machine. So, a machine manufacturing cold drink in a factory is a capital. A machine or a big plant that manufactures steel, like example the firm or the plants in Tata Steel, is again an example of capital. So whatever big machine, small machine, tool, equipment are used for the process of production is called capital. And who is an entrepreneur? He is the most important part of the business. He is the one who organizes the land, the labor, and the capital. Entrepreneur is the one who organizes land, labor, capital. A person may have a land, there may be labor, there must be machine also. But until and unless there is a person who is organizing and managing the things, the production won't be possible. So, entrepreneur is the one who organizes the production, takes the decision regarding production, bears the risk and uncertainty involved in the process of production. And the last statement I have written, entrepreneur gets residual income. Residual income is entrepreneur is a risk taker. A person who is organizing, managing the risk and the uncertainty is a risk bearer. Okay, so he will get the income after land, labor and capital are paid. So he gets residual income. Residual income is the income left after paying all factors of production. When land has been remunerated, paid off, capital, the people giving capital or the machine is bought, the labor is paid, at the last entrepreneur will get the profit. I'll explain to you in detail in this segment. So factors of production, I told you what are these? Factors of production are the resources used to produce goods and services. Okay. Now, the factors of production are 4 factors of production: land, labor, capital and entrepreneurship. And the remuneration they are getting is land will get rent, labor will get wages, capital will get interest and entrepreneurship will get profit. Now, first of all, land will be paid the rent, labor will be paid the wages, capital will be paid the interest and entrepreneurship will be paid the profit at the last. This entrepreneur is the person who will be paying all them. Okay, entrepreneur will be the person who will be paying the rent to land, who will be paying the wages to the labor and who will be paying the interest on capital. Whatever is left will be going to the entrepreneur in the form of profit. Whatever is left or whatever is the residual income, he will take it as profit. And it is not necessary that every time the firm will have profit. The firm may have a loss as well. And who will bear the loss then? Either there is profit or there is loss. There is profit from production or there is loss. It will be bear by entrepreneur. He will be the one to bear the profit or the losses. Now, this is the last definition we are doing today. Price. Price of a commodity is the unit or amount of money that has to be given to get the commodity. So if you want to get a commodity, whatever is the price or the money or the value of thing that has to be paid so that we get the commodity is called the price. Price is also signifying value. When I say that a cell phone is having a price of 7,000, it means I have to pay the shopkeeper 7,000 to get the cell phone. And the cell phone has the value of 7,000. It means it carries the features, the different features like camera, clarity, video. Okay, it is carrying the features so that the value of that thing is 7,000. So, to get that commodity, I have to pay a price of 7,000. Okay, I hope so it is clear. That's all for today, students. Thank you.